Most people still use AI to write their emails, but a small few of us have handed it entire TikTok shop accounts and it just picks the products, makes the videos, essentially just runs them entirely for us. And although most people don't even know that these accounts exist, the small amount of those people that do keep very quiet because it actually prints. Well, I'm done being quiet, but I have to be very careful here because although I like some of the people that are in this space, there are others in the space that haven't actually done this. And I'm going to show you that I actually do this and I teach people that get earnings. All right. So, first and foremost, while I have you here, I want to show you my own earnings on my own goddamn account. So, you can see that right there. That's one single account hitting my bank account. You see that? There you go. Go and ask any other guru in the space if they can do that, and they won't. Now I'm going to pop up on the screen some of the wins that I have for some of our clients. Now that that real credibility is out of the way, I'm going to show you in this exact video the 3 simple steps that myself and my students use to make $300, $400, $500 a day and collect cash just like that so that you can feel the exact same thing. And no, I don't care about revealing this entire thing and ungatekeeping it and also showing you exactly how I automate it all with Claude at the end of this video, because at the end of the day, 99% of people, regardless of the fact that I just showed you those earnings from this exact system that I'm about to show you right now, only 1% of the people take action. So if you're part of that 1%, lock in. Okay, so I'm going to keep it really nice and simple for you so you can go straight from this video to printing, all right? So let's get straight into what you're going to be doing with this system. You're going to be entering the bottom of funnel, all right? What is the bottom of funnel? In an essential funnel, sales, any platform, doesn't matter. There are 3 different components to any funnel. That is the top, the middle, and the bottom, all right? We are going to exist in the bottom specifically. And the reason why that is because although you're in the top of funnel and you get plenty of views, millions of views in most cases, your conversion rate is only 1 to 5,000. The middle of funnel, however, is a little bit better, warmer audience, and you're getting more education put into these people, because they already understand what's going on because they came from the top of funnel, right? But even then, the conversion rate is usually anywhere from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 2,000. But the bottom of funnel, right? This is where you want to be because these people don't only know what the product is, but also that it can solve their problem. The only problem is that they just are too cheap to buy. But now what we do is we sell the sale on these products. And because we're selling the sale, we can convert 1 out of every 200 or 300 people. But that doesn't mean that we can't get the same level of views as a top of funnel video with that same level of conversion. And the entire system is automated. So imagine that level of conversion at that level of views. You're starting to put the pieces together, right? All right, let's move on. Let's see exactly how we're going to do this. Everything comes down to your product selection, right? If you don't have the right product selection, which I'm going to show you how to do in this video in the exact same systems that I teach Tristan or the other Tristan or Cam or Holly or anybody else, it doesn't matter. This exact system works in top of funnel, middle of funnel, especially, and bottom of funnel to make sure that you are catching ad spend on your videos. We want to look for 80% ad spend over pages 1 through 4. I know that sounds like a bunch of malarkey right now, but long story short, think about it like this. If you put money behind a video and ad spend, the more it's going to get pushed out to people that are likely to buy. Hence why that we're manipulating the brands so that we can get money put on our videos. You don't spend a dime on ads, all right? But I'm going to show you exactly how to make sure you're picking products that have the best ad spend and also low saturation so you don't have a lot of competition when you enter the field. Anyways, after that, I'm going to show you exactly how to take that product and make the best, highest quality, the industry standard videos in this style. And you want to know why I'm able to do that? Because I developed it. I don't care what anybody else says. I developed it. All the bots that I have are based off of it and its architecture, and it's utilized in not just 1 or 2 or 3, but multiple different styles of bottom of funnel because it works so well and it looks so high quality. All right. So if you want to learn from anybody on how to do this, stick to this video because you're going to be learning from the guy that created it. All right. But it's going to be very simple. I have it all templated out for you, and it's the exact same things that those exact bots I'm going to show you later on. You should really stick around for that. It's a real treat. Are going to be built off of. So you're going to see exactly how to make those manually for yourself if the bot isn't something that you're interested in. Anyways, after that, the 3 lines, we got to make sure that we aren't doing salesy things. Contrary to common belief, we can't actually sell a sale anymore in TikTok Shop. Everybody that's telling you to go and sell a sale or saying, use percentages all the time, they're lying to you. They don't know what they're talking about. They've never done it before, all right? You're going to want to make sure that you are safe and you're using the correct words so that you aren't getting banned. There's a lot of different ban waves that are going around, not just in TikTok Shop, but in any online business, because at the end of the day, we're just normal people trying to make a big amount of money. And if you don't know how to navigate it, you're never going to be able to actually turn that paper money into real realized gains. So I'm going to show you exactly what types of words you can use in your videos with multiple different styles so that you can print and also make sure it's hitting your bank account. And then finally, after that, I'm going to show you how it all rolls up, how it's all put into a one all-inclusive dashboard that doesn't just have the bots that you utilize to make your videos to print money, but also the same ones that you can utilize to grow your accounts so you're not shelling out $500, $600, $700 per account if you wanted to conserve your money and dump it directly into just making videos. All right, but we're going to get into all of that, and it's going to lead you to having wins very, very similar, if not better, than the ones that you see here, who are all clients, all students, and there's plenty, plenty more. It's just this is what I could fit on the page for you. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to keep this nice, short, and sweet so we can get straight to the nitty gritty and you can start using this system today. So as I mentioned earlier, the first thing that we want to do is pick the winning products. How do we do that? We're going to use a little tool called Calidata. It's the exact same one that the dashboard uses. I'm going to show you exactly how the dashboard uses it. You're going to come over to Calidata, and first and foremost, you're going to want to get the professional plan. I don't care what anybody else says. Get the professional plan. This is going to help you make sure you're not running out of cues and choices you could pick for your products, and you can always make sure you're getting the best products every single day. If you get the starter plan or you just try to use it for free, you're not only going to not only be able to read the correct metrics, things are going to be shut off for you, but you're also going to be limited to only 50 views per day. You're not going to be able to succeed like that. Get the professional plan. But you're going to come over to the product tab, and once you're in the product tab, you're going to use the exact filters that I'm on gatekeeping right now to you that don't just produce winning products for myself, but all those same clients that you saw wins for. All right, go and copy all of them right now. It's honestly absurd that I'm even giving this away. This is ridiculous. But seriously, go and take a look at this. There's one caveat though. I will say, make sure that the commission rate is 10%, not 19%. And I know what that sounds like. John, why would you tell me to make less money? I'm going to get into that in just a second. Let me explain to you why each of these filters matter. So first and foremost, we want to start off with dates. This is the most important one because it dictates how everything else is read. If you come over here, you're going to see this graph, and we're going to want to filter for items sold, so it's ascending from the most to the least. Once you get into here, you're going to see that all of them seem to be ascending or just starting to plateau in the last 24 hours. If we filter this to the last 7 days and then we hit submit, we're going to see that they're all starting to go down or plateauing, right? So this is going down. This is actually doing pretty well. This is plateauing, this is plateauing, this is plateauing, this is going down, and this is plateauing, right? And this is over a 7-day period. The reason why we want to make sure that we're filtered for yesterday is because if we're not filtered for yesterday, then we don't know if the information is from the beginning of the week or right now, which could lead you to picking the worst products. Why would you want to fill up your account with stuff like that? So go and filter that for yesterday and make every single product research method that you make after this dictated off of yesterday. Everything after that, though, revenue source rate video, we don't want this to be live or product card. Most products that do well in lives, they don't perform in videos. All right. The revenue growth rate, 50% minimum, not maximum, minimum. We want to make sure that we're starting here because this is where GMV Max, the system that gives you ad spend, starts, and it goes up to the top after that. All right. Is affiliate product? Yes, this is going to eliminate the little stragglers that you think are good but aren't, that would be detrimental to your account. So please make sure that you're filtering for that as well. And then creator number 250 maximum. This is only applicable to beauty products and supplement products. If it's a seasonal or a tech product or even a miscellaneous product like dog bones or something, you're going to want this to be between 100 and 200. And then your really high ticket products, that's going to want to be up below 100 because the higher ticket it is, the less people that should be on it. Okay. And this is what saturation means. It's the number of creators that are on a product. You don't want this to be over 200 for anything, over 250, I mean. Anyways, commission rate, as I alluded to earlier, you're going to want this set to 10%, unlike myself where I have it set to 19, because I want you to make money for TikTok first. This is going to help you speed run to getting to platinum and ruby, also getting sales, but it's going to help you protect your account from those violations that I talked about earlier. So you're going to want to do this, and then once you start to balance out, you start making $1,000 a day in GMV in sales. That's what that means. And you're only making like $80 in commission, that's when we can start to discuss getting you to 12% and 15%. And then after that, we can then go to 19% once you start making $2,000 to $3,000 a day in GMV, but you're only at like $150 to $200 in commission. That's where we're going to start balancing out. And not only is this going to help you speed run to platinum and ruby, but it's also going to make your account in the long run super low volatility because you have multiple different senses of commission. All right, this is the exact same system that I used, the one that I pioneered, and also the same ones that I'm teaching to all the students, not just the ones that are directly underneath me in the one-on-one, but also the ones that are in the free value community. So at the end of the day, you're going to either use this or not, but this is the system that works for the people that are actually making money in the system. But like I showed you earlier, I clearly know what I'm talking about, and I'm actually showing you real earnings, right? So at the end of the day, you're going to trust what you're going to trust, right? So let's go and see what an actual winning product looks like. We're going to just click into every single product, and there's some things that I want to tell you that you wouldn't really know unless you've done this for a long time. Based, not a good product to do in bottom of funnel. It's going to look perfect, but you don't want to do it. But I'm going to click on it anyways, right? I'm going to actually get out of F11 here so we can see what all these products are. There are other products as well that just aren't going to be good or easy to advertise, such as like this bed sheet set here, these barber combs. They're going to be difficult to advertise. They're really gimmicky, and sometimes the price can also be stupidly low and just not worth your time. Although I want you to constrain yourself to 10% minimum commission in the beginning. If you're not making $1 on commission, just skip the product. All right. Anyways, let's go and see this product. You're going to see that the ad spend actually looks pretty decent, but it actually isn't, right? And it's not going to perform well for you. So we can see that ad spend's missing here, ad spend's missing here, ad spend's missing here. And you're probably wondering, how do you know? Let's get out of this product and look at an actually good product right now, okay? So we're going to take a look at this. This would be considered beauty, all right? And we're going to scroll all the way down to ad spend first. And you're going to look for this little purple ad icon. If you're not finding this purple ad icon, it doesn't have ad spend. And we're going to want to look for 80% ad spend between pages 1 through 4, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of this video. Okay, so let's count it off together. We're missing 1, missing 2. That's only 2. That's 80% for page 1. We are missing 1. That's 90% for page 2. We're missing 1, missing 2, missing 3, missing 4. That's 60% for page 3. And then after that, missing 1, missing 2, missing 3, missing 4. That's 60% there, okay? So this is just a little bit shy of 80%. At the end of the day, if it's just a little bit shy, you're okay. So the reason why this rule exists is you're looking really for 20% over all of the pages. And there's 19 pages here. I don't want you looking through all the pages. Your time is valuable, right? So I want you looking for 80% to ballpark range that 20%. And just because we stop at page 4 doesn't mean that page 5 isn't going to have any ads on it, right? We can see right there that we have ads on it. So we know that we're hitting 20%. We know that we're hitting that ballpark. And by the way, this isn't like a must hit rule every time. There are going to be ups and downs with ad spend. There will be times during campaigns where every product looks like a winner, and times outside of campaigns where some products just won't hit for you at all. So make sure that everything is relative for you. If you need to lower it just a little bit, lower it, but use it with great discretion. Make sure you're trying your best to hit 80% whenever you can. Anyways, after you've made sure that the product is good, we can go up and check the creator number. 163 on a beauty product. Phenomenal. Like I told you, 250 is our ceiling for a beauty product. 163, chef's kiss. It's amazing. All right. And finally, the last thing we want to check is to make sure that items sold is at 100 minimum. If this is below 100, there's not enough proof of concept to make sure that the product is actually going to go off for you. Say if you get a viral video, hundreds of thousands of views on it, but they click on it and it's all sold out because they didn't have enough stock. Oh my God, I would be livid, right? So that's why at the very beginning of this, I told you to click on item sold header. So we're starting with the ones that have the most volume. All right. I'm sure this is all starting to piece together right now. The biggest things, the biggest takeaways to pick winning products is making sure that you have 80% ad spend over pages 1 through 4, making sure that your saturation is right, meaning that the number of creators you have on a product isn't too high, 250 minimum. And then after that, making sure that you're actually getting enough sales on that product per day. Anyways, let's move into actually making these videos for you. So to make these videos, you guessed it, we're going to be doing it in Higgsfield, but that's only manual. If you're going to be using the bot later on, that is going to be based off of fall.ai in order to save you the most credits you possibly can, because Higgsfield API, it costs an arm and a leg. We don't want you paying for that. But when you're using it manually by yourself on your own profile, which I suggest you always have on the back burner, it's going to be perfect, right? Your coins, your credits, they're going to be evergreen no matter what platform you want to use. So if things ever change, you don't have to shelve your coins or tokens anywhere else. You can just pivot them to another AI engine. Anyways, you're going to go over to image to start generating your images. And once you click into image, and I got to blur this out here because we're working on some human content right now because it's not ready to go yet, but when it is safe to actually post, we will be posting and showing you exactly how to make those end to end as well. But anyways, let's see what these products look like right now. Okay, so you can do any type of product. You can do a couch, you can do shoes, you can do protein, you can do a table, you can do tooth floss. It doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, you're going to be able to utilize the prompts for anything you want because I've templated it to do so. All right. Once again, I will reiterate, this is my system. I've made sure that everything that you can have is perfect end to end. And if you want to have these exact same prompts, go down to the description, comment prompt, or go to my Instagram rather, and it'll just be sent directly to you. You don't even have to follow. Just comment the word prompt on any one of my reels, any one of my carousels. Doesn't matter. Comment the word prompt, and the entire thing will be sent over to you. All right, but let's go and take a look at exactly how to prompt this. So first of all, you're going to want to make sure that you are grabbing your images from TikTok directly. So when you're in Calidata directly, as we can see here, we can see this view on TikTok button. When you click on this image, it's kind of low resolution. It's not great, right? Your image that you generate is going to be based off of the high qualityness of the image you give it. So we want to make sure that we're giving it the best quality, the most pixels we possibly can, and you're going to get that from the view on TikTok button. We're going to give it an image of the product in a hand. If it's a larger object, make sure that it has measurements next to it or it's got a human next to it, something like that. And then after that, we're going to click in and have the isolated image of the product against a white background. All right, you can see how this is significantly higher image, high resolution. It has better text on it. Everything's very visible. Okay, and then the prompt is so stupidly simple. And you're probably wondering, why is that, right? Well, although we utilize AI and manipulate AI to do our bidding, to do everything automated for us, it's not really good at doing prompts just yet. It's very close, but it's not there yet. And it overloads those prompts, such as Nano Banana 2 or Nano Banana Pro, when making images with all this useless information. And even if it makes a good image, it's not very replicable, it's not very templatable. That's why the bots work, because it's templatable. It doesn't have a high error rate. It just works over and over and over again, and it produces the same quality product over and over and over again. The same thing happens with this manual system. And it always comes down to three different types of sentences. One, your reference sentence. Only use image 1 as a reference for the scale and dimensions of product from image 2. After that, your product sentence. Put the product from image 2 laying down on a dark brown wood makeup vanity table. So you're going to want to make sure that you're setting up your orientation on a, laying down on a, standing up on a, propped up against a, something like that. And then your environment. Dark brown wood makeup vanity table with nameless makeup in the background is this exact environment for this one. And then after that, always close it out with natural lighting. And then your third and most important part, surprisingly, is photorealistic matching lighting. The natural lighting and photorealistic matching lighting is going to make sure that your product actually matches the environment. Can you see that? Can you see how perfect the product looks like it was actually taken on a phone by a really nice high quality phone as well. It's not just like in somebody's random phone on like an iPhone 8, right? Like this is high quality, but also real. So that's going to come from that little closing segment as well. And that's all you really need to do for your images. All right, if you're doing furniture, let me just give you a little bit of extra sneak peek of some little extra tidbit information that you'd get if you were a mentee. You're going to want to make sure that these products are put in a clean, empty room environment, because if you put them in a full environment, like a living room, for example, it becomes too cluttered. It understands that it's a living room. It doesn't understand that the product is the couch because it's so well built into the environment, because unfortunately the images are too high quality. So putting it in an empty room like this is going to help you avoid irrelevant and inconsistent product promotion violations. So make sure if you're doing furniture like this, you're making sure it's in a clean and empty room. All right. Anyways, after this, let's move over to how we actually make the video with one all-purpose prompt. When we want to go over to video, we're just going to go and click on the video tab, just as easy as it was to click on the image tab. Click on that, and you're going to scroll down or just have nothing there, like you should, because this is your first time in it, likely. If you've been testing, good for you. You've taken the first steps. I love to see it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to drag or copy that image that we have from that product into this little box and use this exact prompt and settings for everything. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's no catch. I've made this prompt so that it works for everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be furniture, it could be gym equipment, it could be shoes, it could be a supplement, it could be a beauty product. It doesn't matter. It's always going to pump out a product video just like this one. It's so smooth, it's so clean, moving fast, not moving too slow. It's just perfect. And the text on the product, it's not going hieroglyphic like every other shit creator on the platform does. So there you go. We can see this with shoes. Now, I will say this, another little caveat of like 1% knowledge that you wouldn't really know. Watch out when you're doing shoes, regardless of what type of prompt you give it. Shoes tend to be more difficult because of all the patterning on it. So make sure you're paying attention for the tiny little 1% nuances of the product's design so you're not accidentally posting a product that isn't accurate to the product link. That would give you a misleading or fraudulent claims violation, and that would be detrimental to your account. So keep an eye out for those tiny little 1% things. Anyways, after you've generated videos just like this with this exact prompt, bringing the video in, the image in, it doesn't matter, right? You can see that I'm using the exact same prompt for all of them, right? Like there is no catch, okay? And here's this exact video with that same exact image, right? Like there's no catch. All you got to do now is download them, bring them over your phone. If you don't know where the download button is, it's right here. So download that, bring it over to your phone, and I'll see you in the next step. Okay, so we're in the next step, and I'm sure you can see the same exact screen that I tried to show you earlier. Oh my God, it's real. It's actually on his phone. It's not just some random screen recording. Yeah, anyways, let's go over to TikTok. And once we're in TikTok, right, we're going to want to go over to profile. And I'm going to show you, actually, I already have an edit in here so I could show you exactly what that looks like. Let's click into that. Now I'm going to delete everything. And that's the same video that I showed you earlier. All right, so let me just delete some of this stuff right now, right? Make it easier for you, just so we could show you what it looks like from the beginning. Okay, now when you upload your video into this app, you're going to want to upload it twice. Now, you're probably wondering why twice, because we want to make sure you're saving as much money as possible. You're going to come over and you're going to reverse that same exact clip, and when you reverse it, it makes a loop with itself. You see how it loops like that? Awesome. And you're just going to scroll all the way over to the end when you're actually clicked on that clip. You're going to click on that reverse button, which I already have clipped on. All right. Then after that, you're going to come in and you're going to type in those exact same safer words that I showed you earlier. You're not going to do huge sale. You're going to do huge deal. Okay. And now, before I do this though, this is the old version. All right. I want to show you the newly ideated version that is safe, keeps people for 100% plus retention rate for video viewage, and also absolutely rips because this old style is kind of dying on the vine. But let me show you an example, okay? So this long block text method is the new meta, okay? And I'll be transparent with you. I didn't develop the exact long block text method. I did develop the way that these videos are created though. But the long block text method created by somebody else doing IRL, bottom of funnel, months and months and months ago. It died just like this last version did, and then it came back, and now that it's back, we're ripping it. So let me show you exactly what that might look like. Let's do a long block text. It's 4 lines or 5 lines and has the title of the product in it, and it's meant to engagement bait these people. So it's going to be something along the lines of let me make this all lowercase. Before you ask, no, it's not a typo. And the product's name is Dr. Malaxin Calcium Balm, right? Is literally pennies. Now you see how I'm typing it like that? I'm going to explain why in a second. RN. That's also just as equally important. And then I'm going to do this whack ass emoji. And then I'm going to put this in bolded white lines like that. I'm going to make sure that this is a little bit larger than it needs to be. Okay, so let's see if we can get that larger. Perfect. Okay, and it's really important that this is taking up a majority of the upper part of your screen. And if you're wondering, it's blocking the product, John. Why would you do that? If they want to see the product, what are they going to do? They're going to click on the product link. Duh. And by the way, if you didn't know already, because you haven't watched any of my other videos where I explain all of this even more in depth, talk about product research even more in depth, right? CTR, click through rate, which is when they click on the product link, is exactly what manipulates the brands into giving you GMV max, that same ad spend that I told you was so important to look for when doing your product research methods, okay? So anyways, this is exactly what you want your video to look like, okay? Before you ask, no, it's not a typo. The Dr. Malaxin Calcium Balm is literally pennies right now. And the reason why we say pennies like that, like a woman's name, is because it avoids saying a specific denomination of currency. Just like saying the word sale or price or discount or free shipping, just like I told you to avoid earlier, you're going to want to say dollars or Benjamins or anything like that. You want to avoid it. So pennies, the way that it is here, avoids that. Same thing with RN. You don't want to say ends soon or ends today. And you also don't want to say right now, but RN works perfectly fine. So this is a very well ideated, meaning that it's trusted and it works, version of the long block text method that will also keep you protected and print for you. But anyways, now you know how to make these videos end to end and start cooking with it. But if you didn't want to deal with that and you're sick of making it so that your business isn't running without your hands on it all the time, you can just come over to the Affiliate Gateway and utilize our dashboard. Let me go and show you how that works right now to make these exact same videos. So this is what the Affiliate Gateway dashboard looks like, where you can basically do anything you'd possibly want to automate your entire system with TikTok Shop. And it's going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to succeed as well. Not just make the videos to get you from point A to point B, but also tell you exactly how to step, bob, and weave through all of the different problems. Okay. And by the way, you're going to see some other things that are on this platform for TikTok Shop. Very few people have anything that's even remotely close to this. All right. This is the upper echelon. You're going to be able to track everything you could possibly want for your account, any single set of timing, any single set of days, any number of accounts. You can manage your VAs in here if you want. It doesn't matter. Okay. And also, you can open it on mobile so you can go straight to your phone if you need. Okay. Anyways, let's go to tools to like just, we could see mentor bot, we can see walkthroughs, we can see the leaderboard, we can go to general and see that we have achievements, right? It's been gamified for you, but all that's all like the nice things to make it all feel very cool and enjoyable and competitive with one another. But the real things that you're here for are the automations that are going to run the business for you. So before I show you what that long block text method looks like in here as an automation, let me go and show you how to actually grow the accounts with the same exact set of bots that we have in here. So you might have seen my previous video where I show you how to grow an account from 0 followers to 5,000 followers for basically no money. This takes all the guesswork out of it. It just does it for you. So we're going to go over to the bubble wrap method, and we're going to click on 12, for example, right, just to show you how many videos it can make. And I'm just going to pick any random old color. Let's go and do orange. By the way, I've made it so that all of the warmer hues have a blue arrow and all of the lighter hues, anything else, has a red arrow. So it alternates to get the eyes of your viewer a lot better. So tiny little 1% things like that separate us from the rest. Anyways, let's go and hit generate and watch this. And it's not going to be instantaneous. I'm just going to be completely honest with you, but it is going to take all of the guesswork out for you, because what it's going to do is it's going to take all of the text and it's going to put it on those images for you, making your life significantly easier. And if you don't have the method audio for this, you can come up here, click on the method audio, and then after that, you can go down to the title and then the description to just copy and paste. Real nice and simple. Okay, so although some of the text we can't replicate where you can just copy and paste them, the ones that you need are already here for you. Now let's just keep in, whoa, there it is. It's already done. And we just come down there. That's 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos, 4 videos, 5 videos, 6 videos, 7 videos, 8 videos, 9 videos, 10 videos, 11 videos, 12 videos. Okay, all instantaneous. If you want to go and download that, you can do it here, or you can open it up on mobile to download it from there. Now, this whole thing, it looks like it's going to be expensive. I've made it so that it only costs $10 to make 276 videos in this format. That's it. It's about as cheap as it could possibly get without pulling back any quality, without taking away any of your chances of actually getting into the program, without potentially opening you up to violations. I've made this as efficient for you as possible so you can run your business as efficiently as possible and get as many accounts as you want off the ground as quick as possible. Anyways, that's an example of some of the growth bots we have, right? And then if we want to go and look at one of the bottom of funnel bots that we have, which is like the long text method, very simply put, I made it as easy as you possibly can. If you wanted to batch out everything you could, you can link in your products. You can do either the arc camera method or the panel zoom method. It's the way that the videos look itself. And then you can use go risky if you wanted to add percentages if you needed to. You can also change the number of videos on the product itself. So if you wanted to do 3 videos of the same product, 4 videos of the same product, or 1, doesn't matter. And then here's a special one. When you use 2 clips, you can go cheap. And the reason why go cheap is so important is because it's going to save you money while giving you it's going to give you the exact same price as if you only did 1 clip while having the result of 2 clips. But anyways, this is exactly what those types of videos look like. Let's go and take a look. So we got a jack-o'-lantern, right? Awesome. That's 1 clip. And then this is 2 clips, right? You just saw it. Let's go and check it. 1 clip, 2 clips. Okay. And then the nice thing is that when we go to the next one, yep, perfect. Awesome. Different settings, different platforms, everything you need Doesn't really matter. And here's the really nice thing, okay? If you want to, you can always just come in here and regenerate all the clips that you need. And if you regenerate a clip, it's going to regenerate it on the other video as well because it's going to assume that they're bad. And if you absolutely need to, you could always come to the asset library when a video or a product is used, it gets rolled up into here and it uses those images again because it knows that it's trusted. So it makes it so that all of the videos become faster and better and more reliable for you. And that's it. That's everything. I showed you how to do it manually, and then I showed you what could be done with the power of Claude. All right. And we've already automated the whole system. You could have this tomorrow, setting up your business, setting up the walls of greatness for your new path, your new life. But you have to take the step for yourself. Okay. If you saw this and you know that this is possible for yourself, not because you saw my own client wins, but also because you saw my wins, right? If you want something like that, if you want a taste of that, or even more, simply just go and book a call with us because at the end of the day, the only person that can take the first step is you. But please make sure that you're doing it if you're serious. If you're not, then don't come along because we can't help everybody, okay? We're only going to be taking on serious people that actually want to change their life and change their direction using TikTok Shop. But other than that, if you're looking to deep dive product research and find winning products in any niche, I already have that on my account. And I also show you how to beat any single violation you could possibly come by also on my account. With that being said, though, I hope you have a wonderful day.